What's up, FHS? My name's Morgan Short.
And I'm Dayton Kinnan.
This week on BKTV, we'll be covering Maddie Washington's interview with the governor, marksmanship here at FHS, then our global news segment called Stuff That Matters, and finish it off with a segment over our very own robotics program here at FHS.
But first, all this and more on BKTV Live.
Maddie Washington, a writer at FHS, recently interviewed Ms.
Today is Thursday, December 19th, and it's currently 47 degrees and partly cloudy out.
We have one more day of school at FHS.
Make sure you're here for the last day to finish off your finals.
Getting right into our segments.
An exceptional writer at Farmington High School is piecing together an impressive resume. Olivia Sullivan and Jocelyn Soltis introduced the eloquent Maddie Washington.
Maddie Washington, a writer at FHS, recently interviewed Missouri Governor Mike Parson. Mr. Lowry is the BKTV and journalism teacher. He says he has had the pleasure of having Maddie in class for the last year.
She's a great writer, and that's hard to find. And that's really, you can teach somebody how to be a good writer, but I think a great writer just comes naturally, and she has that skill set already in place, which is so hard to teach. So that's why I feel like she was the best candidate to attend this event coming up over the summer in Washington, D.C., because she does such a good job at writing. She really captures what's happening. She has a great vocabulary, and she loves to do it, which is also pretty rare, too.
Maddie felt many different emotions when she learned she was interviewing the governor.
I felt pretty nervous, but I also felt honored because interviewing the governor is obviously a very big deal, and I was just excited to get out there and ask him what I wanted to ask him. I started out by preparing a list of questions, and then I did a process of elimination, so I eliminated any questions that were a little bit too broad or too narrow. And then I bought an outfit. I knew where the event was. I knew what time it started. And then I went in there with poise, and I just tried my best to be very professional. And I did it. I conducted the interview. I was very friendly with him, and it was just overall great experience. I felt pretty nervous, but I felt very honored because interviewing the governor of Missouri is a very big deal, and I was just excited to get out there and ask him the questions that I felt I wanted the answers to and the other people in the community. He told me that it wasn't necessarily his plan to become governor. He served as lieutenant governor for several years before he actually became the governor, and it was a very tough role to take on, and him and his family had to do a lot of adjusting, and I felt that him sharing that experience with me really made us more connected, and it made the interview go more smoothly. It was just a really good experience. I mean, the governor is a very friendly person, and I would honestly say that he might be one of the best people I've ever interviewed. He gave me good answers, and he also gave me personal advice too. He told me that you don't have to be perfect to be successful, and anytime something is thrown your way, take the opportunity head on and believe in yourself.
Washington is hopeful to interview even more public figures if she is selected to attend the Washington Journalism and Media Conference in the spring. Reporting for BKTV News, I'm Olivia Sullivan and
Jocelyn Soltis.
And this is BKTV.
Washington has also interviewed NBA referee Natalie Sego and civil rights activist Jane Elliott. Now for an unusual activity at FHS, one that has flown under the radar for many years. Caden McBride has the story.
The marksmanship program is a growing sport at FHS. It takes place over at the Farmington Armory, and students can participate if they are in the JROTC program. Sergeant Carrie Henson is a JROTC instructor, and she says there are many benefits to the marksmanship program.
The cool thing about the marksmanship program is any student, you don't have to have any certain kind of skill level. It's all about teaching discipline, concentration, those kind of techniques. A lot of people think that you got to be a sports type person, but this doesn't matter what your size is, what your abilities are. It's all an individual act on how well you are with discipline and concentrating and focusing and all that good stuff.
Students have a unique opportunity to practice handling a rifle and sharpening their skills. Parker Rawson is the corps commander of the JROTC program, and he says it is a close-knit group over at the Armory.
It builds a strong sense of character, teamwork. I like participating in other sports. It's not something I've seen, but sure, you get teamwork, but this is a whole family. Build teamwork like to do here.
Everyone involved does their best to help and improve your shooting no matter your experience level. Students are eligible to join at the start of the next school year, and the program is an interesting one at FHS and is worth giving it a shot. Reporting for BKTV, I am Caden McBride.
The marksmanship program is always looking for new people to join and improve their shooting. If you're interested in joining and in ROTC, contact Sergeant Hinson or Parker Rawson for details. Now we move into our national and global news segment called Stuff That Matters.
President-elect Donald Trump rang the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange after he was recognized for being the Times Person of the Year for the second time. Being labeled the Person of the Year, Trump spoke at this event, calling it a tremendous honor, saying that he preferred the second time of receiving this honor compared to the first. During this speech, he named those that will partake in his administration of 2025, along with some of the policies he will be implementing.
Customers walked into a local gas station only to be presented with Snoop on the Stoop hanging from the ceiling of a local establishment. Customers were outraged at the lack of thought behind the action. While many customers claimed that it was insensitive, the management claimed that was never the intention and have since taken down the elf. The gas station manager claims to have only put the elf up on the ceiling so it wouldn't be stolen by customers. The gas station and corporate have removed Snoop and have since sent out public apologies for the incident. All information obtained from 5 on your side.
On December 15th, the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education is offering a grant of $970,000 to help fund districts in purchasing propane-powered buses. These new buses would be both cheaper and much cleaner than what we are currently provided as transportation. Several school districts across the state are slowly transitioning to these new propane-powered buses. This is mostly due to its lower gas and maintenance costs. State leaders have said schools will receive a grant automatically once all the required paperwork is submitted.
TikTok users rejoice. The Supreme Court has decided to hear arguments over the constitutionality of the TikTok ban. The law is set to take effect on January 19th, and the Supreme Court will hear arguments on the 10th. This comes after TikTok CEO Shouzi Chu met with President-elect Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago on Monday. As of now, the Supreme Court has not given an extension on the ban date, but could in the future. Robotics Club is open to anyone at Farmington High School. Ronan Jew and Michaela Brotherton have the story.
Robotics has been an organization at FHS since 2014. Mr. Brandon Noblin is sponsor of the club. He says the program has an interesting history.
In 2021, I was my first year and all of our students were brand new, so 2021 probably.
Mr. Noblin says anyone can join.
They just need to track down Miss Springstead or myself or one of the current members and let us know. The students will decide they need to have a meeting maybe every other week, maybe monthly, just depends.
Senior Braden Warner is very involved in robotics. He says the experience he gets from the club is better than he's gotten from any class.
This is the only thing, in my opinion, in this high school that really gives you that experience of being an engineer or like technology, computer science major.
If you're interested in joining the club, please stop by Mr. Noblin's room. This has been Ronan Jew and Michaela Brotherton reporting for BKTV.
Competition season is from January to March. To compete, you must join in the month of January. Talk to Mr. Noblin or Ms. Springstead if you are interested.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. See you all again next year. This has been Morgan Short
and Dayton Kinnan on BKTV
Live. Happy holidays.